Hello, our dear student. Our lesson today about the fraction.
What is meant by the fraction? If I have a boy and I have a big pizza, I have a big pizza, and the boy is very hungry. So the boy will eat all of the pizza. How can I say all of the pizza in the fraction? I will say one whole. One whole is mean all of the pizza. In the fraction is called one whole.
What is meant by the fraction? If I have a big pizza, and I have boy and girl, I need to divide this pizza equally between the boy and the girl. So when I divided the pizza into two parts, in the fraction is called one half. Is called one half. Everyone will take a one part from two. How can I write this in the fraction? First, we must put the fraction bar. We must put the fraction bar. So, in the upper, how many parts the boy and the girl take? Everyone take one. So I will write one. And the total parts, two. So I will write two. So 1 over 2. 1 is mean how many parts do we take, and it's called numerator. And 2 is the total of the parts and called denominator. And I can say 1/2 in the fraction. I can say 1/2 or 1 over 2. What is meant by the fraction? If I have the same pizza, a big pizza, and I have three girls, I need to divide the pizza between the three girls equally. I need to divide the pizza between the three girls equally. What can I do, my dears? I will divide the pizza into three parts. I will divide the pizza into three parts equally. How can I write this in the fraction? That everyone will take a part, and this is called 1 over 3. We can also say 1/3 or 1 over 3. 1 it means that how many parts do we take? Every girl take one part, so I write 1. And this is called numerator. And fraction bar, and 3 it means the total parts. It means the total parts, and it's called denominator. And this dash is called fraction bar. So here 1 over 3 or 1/3. What is meant by the fraction? If I have a big pizza, and I have a 4 student. I have 4 students, and I need to give everyone part. How can I do this? By the fraction, I will divide the pizza into 4 parts equally to give everyone part equal to another. So this is called in the fraction 1 over 4. 1 is everyone take 1, and fraction bar, and 4 the total parts that I divided into 4 parts. This is called in the fraction 1 over 4 or 1/4 or 1/4. 1 over 4, 1/4 or 1/4. So 1 it means that how many parts do I take? Everyone take 1. Every student take 1 part. And 4 the total parts. 1 is called numerator. And 4 is called denominator. And this dash is called fraction bar. If I have a whole pizza, and I divide it into 4 parts, equally, and I take away 2 of them, So how can I write this in the fraction? I will write 2 over 4. 2 it means the two parts that I take away, and 4 it means the total parts. And we also can say this in the fraction 2 over 4 or 2 fourths. And 2 is called numerator, and this dash is called fraction bar, and 4 is called denominator. And 2 is means that how many parts do we take, and 4 is means the total of the parts.
What is the fraction? Okay, if I have this shaped circle and divide it into two parts, part color and part not color. So how can I write this in the fraction? I have a definition. What is the definition? The definition is number of the color parts, fraction bar, total parts, color and not color. So how can I write this in the fraction? How many parts color? 1. And the total parts 1, 2. Color and not color. So I will write 1 over 2. How can I read this in the fraction? I can say 1 over 2 or 1/2. Okay, so the definition of the fraction, number of colored parts over total parts, color and not color. If I have this shape, this shape is circle, and all of the parts are colored. So how can I read this in the fraction? I can say 1 whole. So I have 1 whole and 1/2 or 1 over 2. What is the fraction? Okay, if I have this circle divided into 3 parts. 1, 2, 3. And I have one part color. Remember the definition that the number of the color over the total parts. So how can I write this in the fraction? I will write 1 over the 3 parts. How can I read this? 1/3 or 1 over 3. 1/3 or 1 over 3. If I have this shape divided into 4 parts, 1 part color only. So how can I write this in the fraction? How many parts do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, and the color parts 1. So I will write 1 over 4. How can I read this? 1/4 or 1 over 4. What is the fraction? Remember the definition? I have the number of the part colored over the total parts. If I have this shape divided into 4 parts, 2 colored and 2 not colored, how can I write this in the fraction? The 2 colored parts, I will write 2 over how many parts? 4. Okay, how can I read this in the fraction? 2/4 or 2 over 4. If I have this shape divided into 3 parts, okay, 1, 2, 3. How can I write this? How many parts color? 1, 2, 3. The total parts 1, 2, 3, 4. So I will write 3 over 4. How can I read this? 3/4 or 3 over 4. What is meant by the fraction? Let's make revision quickly about the fraction. How can I read and write? Here, 1 whole, all of the parts colored. Here divided into 2 parts, 1 color and 1 not color, so 1 over 2 or 1/2. Here 3 parts, 1 color and another not colors. So how can I read this? 1/3. Here, divided into 4 parts, one color and the other not colors. So how can I read this? 1/4 or 1/4. What is the fraction? If I have this circle, remember first, how can I write the fraction? First, I write the number of the colored parts over the total parts. Okay, here I have circle and divided into 1, 2, 3. I have 2 colored and 1 not colored. So how can I write this? How can I write this? I first write the fraction bar, then the total parts 1, 2, 3. So I will write 3. And the color parts 1, 2. So I will write 2. So how can I read this in the fraction? 2/3 or 2/3. 2/3 or 2/3. Okay. Another one, if I have this shape, I have circle and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 parts and 2 of them colored and rest not colored. Okay? How can I write this? First, we must put the fraction bar. Then second, the total parts 1. The total parts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 parts. And the color parts 1, 2. How can I read this in the fraction? 2/6 or 2/6. 2/6 or 2/6. Here I have an exercise. Let's take some exercise. First, we must remember the definition that the number of the color part in the upper is called numerator and fraction bar, and the total part is called denominator. So here I have circle divided into how many? 2. 1, 2. So we must put the fraction bar. Okay. So what can I do now? How many parts color? 1. Okay. From how many parts? 1, 2. Okay. So this is the fraction is called half or 1/2. Okay. Or 1/2. The second exercise, I have here divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Okay, how many parts colored? 1, 2. So we must put the fraction bar. Then in the upper, the color part, how many color parts? 2. Okay. And the total parts 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. So it will be 2/7. Here, how many parts? Total parts 1, 2, 3. And the part colored 1. So we must put the fraction bar. Then in the upper, the color part 1. Then, what can I write here? Total parts 1, 2, 3. Okay. The last exercise here, I have this shape 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 divided into 5 parts. Okay. So I put the fraction bar in the upper, the color parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And in the lower, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I will write 5. So it will be 4/5. Okay, 4 is called numerator and 5 is called denominator. 1 is called numerator and 3 is called denominator. 1 is called numerator and 2 is called denominator. 2 is called numerator and 7 is called denominator. Here I will choose the correct answer. I will say the shape if the shape equal or unequal parts. So in the first one I have circle. This shape is equal or not? So it will be the answer unequal. Unequal, because if equal like this, from here, this is not equal. This is part not equal this part. Okay? Then I have here this part, all of them equal? No, unequal. I have this part divided into two parts. This equal or not? Equal parts, excellent. Here, unequal. Here divided into four parts, every part equal to the second part. So the answer will be equal parts. Here, unequal. So when I say equal parts, that means every part equal to another. Okay? In the second page, write about or draw what you know about the fraction. We know about the fraction. We learned that the most important thing about fraction is that the parts have to be the same side or equal. The same side or equal. Okay, what can I do here? I have three circles, and the fraction in the picture and numbers, number of equal parts, fraction in word, vocab. What can I do? Okay, in the first one, I will divide the circle into two parts. When I divided the circle into two parts equal the same, the first part equal the second part is called 1/2, right? Okay. The number of equal parts. How many number of equal parts? Let's count together. 1 and 2. So I will write 2. Okay. Vocab, the fraction in word. The fraction in words. How can I write? 1/2. Okay. In the second circle, I will divide the circle into three parts equal. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the number of equal parts, 3. And the fraction in words, how can I write? 1/3 or 1/3. Okay, in the last circle, I will divide the circle into 4 parts. So the number of the equal parts, 4. And how can I read? 1/4. So the vocab we learn here in the fraction, let's see together. That numerator, denominator, fraction bar. Remember, numerator, the upper, denominator, down, and the fraction bar in between. Okay, in the second page, reflect on your learning. How are a clock and circle divided into fraction in the same ways? How are they different? Write about or draw your thinking. An example is showing below, but you can think about another time and fraction too. So what can I do here? I have circle divided into two parts, circle divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, and clock. So when the time is 3, when the time is on 3, in a fraction it means 1/4, right? 1/4, quarter. Also, if the time is 6 o'clock, this means that 1/2. 1/2. When the clock on 3, that means quarter. And when the clock on 6, that means 1/2. Here, follow your teacher's directions to shade and name fractions. I have here circle divided into 4 parts. Your teacher will say to you to make a shadow on parts and write the name of fractions. So, before we start to solve, we must remember the definition of the fractions, that the number of color part divide dash then the total parts colored and not colored. Okay, so in the first one I will make a shadow on one part. So how can I write in the fractions? Let's see. How many parts do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. And how many number of color part? 1. So I will write 1/4, 1/4. Okay, in the second one, I will make a shadow on 2 parts. 2 parts. How can I write in the fraction? How can I write the fraction of this shape? I will count 1, 2. This is the color part. Okay, and how many total parts? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2/4, 2/4. Okay, in the third one, I will make a shadow on 3 parts. I will make a shadow on 3 parts. Okay, let's count 1, 2, 3. This is the number of the color parts. And how many total parts? 1, 2, 3, 4. So how can I write in the fraction? 3/4, 3/4. In the last one, I will make a shadow on the 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the number of the color parts, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the total parts, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4/4 mean 1 whole. Okay, here, let's go to another page. Here I will make a shadow on one piece of the circle. Then I will write the fraction. So I will make a shadow on one part. So how can I write in the fraction? Remember the definition, that the number of the color part, fraction bar, the total part color and not color. So how many parts color? 1. And the total parts 1, 2, 3. So 1/3. Okay, here I will shadow 2 pieces of the circle. Then I will write the fraction. So I will make a shadow like this. Then the fraction will be 2/3. The last one, he said to me, make a shadow on the 3 parts. Like this. So it will be 3/3. It means 1 whole. Okay. Here, how did you know what the fraction to write? How did you know what the fractions to write? Let's see together. We write the fraction bar, number of the color parts over the total number parts, color and not color. Let's play together. Let's make a pizza by fraction. Here, color or draw the ingredients on the pizza based on the fraction. Given for each. Number 1, add red sauce to the whole pizza. The whole means all of the parts color. That I will put red sauce on the 4 parts. Number 2, add green peppers 2 3 over 4 of the pizza means that I will put 3 parts. Number 3, add black olives to 1 over 4 of the pizza means that I will put on 1 part. Add green mushrooms to half of the pizza means that I will put on 2 parts. Then add yellow cheese to 4 over 4 of the pizza means that I will put the cheese on all of the parts. 4 over 4 mean 1 whole. Okay? We finished this pizza, okay? Let's move to another exercise. Here, complete the fraction 1. Write 1 hole on the top bar. Color this bar red, like this. And number 2, color the half bars green. That I will write. How can I write half? 1 over 2, like this. Okay? Then, number 3, color the third part yellow. How can I write third? 1 over 3. The last one, color the fourth part blue. How can I write fourth? 1 over 4. Here on your learning, Ashraf says that 1 over 4 of the flowers are blue. Zara says that is incorrect since the fraction couldn't be used to describe sets of 6. Do you agree or disagree? Why? Write or draw your comment. I have here 1, 2, 3, 4 flowers. 3 of them pink and 1 of them blue. So I agree with Ashraf because we can consider that this set like the whole. All the flowers have the same color except one is blue. So when I say the fraction of the blue flowers is called 1 from 4 flowers. Let's go to the second page. Here I will draw the picture and then record the fraction of the shadow part. I have here 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 square, 4 square. 2 colored and 2 not colored. So what can I do here? I will write fraction bar first, then 2 over 4. 2 the color parts and 4 the total of the squares. Okay, so I will read the fraction 2 over 4. Second question, I will draw 1, 2, 3, 4 triangle and I will color 3 of them. So when I say the fraction of the triangle, what can I write? I will write fraction bar first, then how many triangles I have? 4. Then the color parts, 1, 2, 3, 3 triangles. So I will read like this, 3 over 4. Here I have 3 circles, 1, 2, 3, 3 circles. So I will color one of them. How can I write this in the fraction? Fraction bar first, then 3 or 4, 3 because I have here 3, 1, 2, 3 circle. What can I write here? The total of the number of the color parts, 1 circle, so I will write 1. Here, what can I do? Here, what can I do? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 stars, 4 stars. What can I do? How can I write this in the fraction? How many stars? 4. I will write first the fraction bar, then 4, then how many how many parts colored? 1. So I will write 1. So it will be 1 over 4. Here I have 1, 2, 3 rectangles, 3 rectangles. 2 of them colored and 1 not colored. So how can I write this in the fraction bar? How can I write this in the fraction? I will first write the fraction bar. Then the total of the rectangle 3. The total of the rectangle 3. Okay, and the number of the color part 1, 2. So I will write 2. So it will be 2 over 3. Here, before we solve this exercise, we must remember the definition of the fraction, that I have fraction bar and I have upper the number of the color part, lower the total parts color and not color. Here he asked me the fraction of the red balls. So the first step, we must put the fraction bar. Then how can I do this? Let's count. We must put the total parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many balls do I have? 4. And how many red balls? 1. So I will write 1 over 4. It's called 1/4. Here, the fraction of red balls. Remember first the fraction bar. Then how many balls do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 red and yellow. And how many red? 3. 1, 2, 3. 3. So I will write 3 over 4. Here I have how many balls? 1, 2, 3. We must first write the fraction bar. Then 1, 2, 3. 3 parts. 3 balls. Okay. Then how many red balls? 1. So it will be 1 over 3, 1/3. Here, what can I do? Remember? First, we must put the fraction bar. Then 1, 2, 3. 3 balls I have, red and yellow. And how many? Red. 2. So I will write 2 over 3. Here, what can I do? 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember first, we must put the fraction bar. Then I will put what? 4. 4 equal 1 whole. 4 over 4, because the red is 4 and the total balls 4 equal 1. Okay, let's go to the next page. Look at each set and answer the questions below. I have here flowers, red and blue. He will ask me questions and I will write the fraction. So remember the definition, that the number of the color part upper and fraction bar, then the total parts color and not color lower or under the fraction bar. Okay, here what the fraction of the flower is red. First, we must put the fraction bar. Then what can I do? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many flowers do I have? 4. And how many flower red? 1. So I will write 1/4. 1 over 4. Okay. Here, what the fraction of the flowers are blue? First, we must put the fraction bar. Then I put 4 flowers. Then how many flower blue? 1, 2, 3. So it will be 3. Okay. Then here What is the fraction of the flowers are red and blue? Red and blue. What can I do? We must put the fraction bar, then the total parts, the total flowers, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the red and blue, 4. So it will be 1. Okay, here, what can I do? I have here how many bike? 1, 2, 3. Okay, red and blue. So what is the fraction of the bikes are red? What can I do? Fraction bar first, then how many red bikes? 1, 2. And how many bikes? 1, 2, 3. So I will put 3 lower than the fraction bar, then the total parts 3, and the red bikes 2. So 2 over 3. What is the fraction of the bikes are blue? Let's count together. 1. Remember, first we must put what's the fraction of the bikes are blue? Let's count. 1. So first we must put the fraction bars, and I put here 3. Then how many bikes blue? 1. So 1 over 3. What's the fraction of the bikes are red and blue? What can I do? The total bikes 3, and the red and blue 3. So it will be 3 over 3 equal 1. Equal 1. Okay, the last exercise homework, my dears. How many apples do I have here? 3. Okay, here we will write the fractions. He will ask you a question and you will answer by the fraction. What fraction of the apple is red? How many apples here? 1, 2, 3. And how many red apple? 1. So first, to write the fraction, we must put the fraction bar. Then, remember the definition of the fraction, that the number of color parts upper and the total parts down, right? So here, how many red apple? 1. So I will write 1. And the total apples here, 1, 2, 3. So I will write 3. So the fraction will be 1 over 3. Okay, what fraction of the apples have leaves? Where? Okay, 1. 1 from how many apples? 1, 2, 3. So I will write first fraction bar, then in the upper 1, in the down 3. Okay, what fraction of, in the third question, what fraction of the apple is green? How many green apple? How many green apple? 1. So must put first fraction bar, then in the upper the colored part or color apple, green 1, and the total apple 3. So it will be 1 over 3. Here I have purple and blue. I have purple and blue bird. In the first question, what fraction of the bird is blue? How many bird? 1, 2. And the blue 1. We must first put fraction bar, then 1 over how many birds? 2. Okay, what fraction of the bird is pink? Pink, my dear. Pink 1. Okay, we must put fraction bar first, then 1 over 2. Okay, what fraction of the birds have eyes? The both are have eyes, so it will be 2 over 2. When I say 2 over 2, it means 1 whole, it means 1. Okay? The last one will be homework. Let's go to the next page. Huh? Here, reflect on your learning. Create 2 questions about the fractions in the set of balloons. I have here green and purple. What can I do? I will make 2 questions. I will make 2 questions. First question, what fraction of the balloons are green? Here, how many green balloons? 1, 2. From how many balloons? 1, 2, 3, 4. So, what can I write? I will write the fraction bar first, then for the total of the balloons. And how many green I have? 2. 2. So I will write 2. Okay, then the second question, what is the fraction of the balloons are purple? How many? 1, 2. From how many balloons? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we must first put the fraction bar, then the total parts 4, then the purple balloons, 2. So it will be 2 over 4.